Sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications too. All right, man. NBA action. We back into it, man. Some pretty good games last night. The one that I was most intrigued by, though, was the uh, the Clippers. And I'm just jumping right into it, man. Salute to everybody. Salute to the LDBC basketball boxing community, and salute to all the people that rock with me. Day ones, new subs, and people that don't rock with me, even the haters, man. I appreciate y'all too. But last night, okay, and I do want to give a shout out to FYF debates with Lamont. We was having a discussion about Norman Powell, okay, yesterday evening, and like I told people, okay. Oh yeah, hey, let me wrench you up. So I don't know why you ain't got no wrench. Hold on. Make sure y'all go sub to the brother Cypress TV. Definitely on and cracking it. Like, share, subscribe, man. Share these videos. Like, share, subscribe. Now, Norman Powell did not play last night. Okay? And I'm gonna get to the Spurs in a minute on the ass whooping that they gave the Phoenix Suns. Norman Powell did not play last night, and as I've said before, a lot of people want to question whether or not Norman Powell is an all-star. He is an all-star, and the reason he is because we saw last night Harden down the stretch, he choked. Okay, against the Bucks, they had the game. Matter of fact, they were up big. I think they was up like 16 points. They was up like 99 to like 83 or something like that. And then the Bucks, they came storming back. And you got to give it up. I know Cypress was saying this yesterday, but you do got to give it up to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma has made this team a lot more faster, quicker pace. Now they're still going to need, in my opinion, they're going to need Bobby Portis. They definitely going to need Bobby Portis, but they still handle their own. But James Harden shows his inability down the stretch. Kawhi Leonard had a good game. I think he had 25 as well. But having said all of that, they need Norman Powell, man. And Norman Powell, you're missing about 25 points. He's at 24.6 points per game, shooting damn near 50%. He's at 49.7% or something like that. Hit that like when you come in here, man. Hit the like button when you come in here, please. And more importantly, Norman Powell is, dare I say, clutch. He's shown the ability to close the games at times, and he was just coming off of, it's funny, Norman Powell, even though he sat out, he was coming off of a 41-point explosion against the Jazz. Now, I know some people say, well, it's the Jazz. It's still, listen, the way I look at it, man, it's still an NBA team. And there's a lot of guys that can't even put up buckets against some of the mediocre teams. So I'm glad that, last night, I'm not going to say that I'm glad that the Clippers lost, but Norman Powell is definitely, he's needed. They're going to need Norman Powell. They can't go to the playoffs without Norman Powell. I'm really not hesitant to say that. Please hit that like when you come in here. Man, we talking NBA. Now everybody want to show up. Now that we talking NBA. We talking NBA. Yes, I'm gonna talk about the stat pattern. We're gonna talk about Brian's 40 point game and everything. What's up, Bradley? But the Clippers, man, if they want to have a shot, they are gonna need Norman Powell. They're gonna need him, and they're gonna need James Harden to play better down the stretch. Point blank, period. He can't be having these collapses like he's done in the past, with Houston, um, like he did last season. The real T, what's going down, man? But Norman Powell, that's my reason for him being an all-star. And like I was telling Lamont yesterday, hell yes, he's an all-star. I felt like Sabonis should have been an all-star in double-doubles, and you're leading the league in rebounding. Shit, you ought to get a nod. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to pray for my dad. He's in the hospital. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Bradley. Yeah, prayers up for your father. Prayers up for your father, man. I think we talked last time. I think you were saying your father was sick last time. I think we talked last time. But prayers up for you, Bradley. Prayers up for you. I'm sorry I didn't see that message, man. I was driving, man. Yeah, man. You know, F cancer, man. I'm gonna just say that. But anyways, last night, shout out to CP3. He was able to pass Jason Kidd last night. He'll be second all time to John Stockton in steals. And you know, it's interesting. A lot of people don't know this, man. It was like, oh man, I forget for how many consecutive seasons. There was a stretch where Chris Paul led the league in steals and assists. I think about for like four or five straight seasons. A lot of people don't know that. Alex, what's going down? A lot of people don't know that. CP3 led the league in steals and assists for at least about 4 or 5 seasons straight. This is when he first, had got to the league, when he was over there with the Hornets. A lot of people don't know that. And I'm not going to call CP3 like a lockdown defender, but there have been times, man, like, you can't just get away with any type of, dribbling moves. Like, well, back in the day, you couldn't really just get away with any type of dribbling moves. You couldn't try to pull any type of, pick and roll action all the time. Even though that he's undersized and stuff. Chris Paul has been known to find that ball, and his anticipation is good too. And especially when Chris Paul was younger, he was always at the right place at the right time. He was always at the right place at the right time, man. But yeah, shout out to CP3, man. Now, here's the question that I got, man. Can the Spurs continue this up, even though that they don't have Wemby? Now, they did play the Suns. I don't know what's going on with the Suns, man. It's like KD he just looked like he don't want to be there, man. I was talking about body language yesterday. KD just looks like he just does not want to be there. It's just like KD just hooping and hooping. It's like, oh well, if I win a championship, I win. If not, and San Antonio coming out like they got something to prove. They had Bismack Biyombo starting in place of Wemby, and I think Castle and Vassell was coming off the bench. And here's another thing too. San Antonio only played 9 players. They only played 9 players. Phoenix played 10 players. That's what was interesting to me. When I saw that score, I was like, damn, without Wemby? Now, I don't want to sit up here and say, oh, yeah, they're a better team without Wemby and all this other stuff. I don't want to get ahead of my horses or nothing, man, but I want to see, it's going to be interesting how San Antonio works this out, because San Antonio has always had good coaching. They got a good culture, more importantly, and they got like a next man up mentality. But San Antonio, man, they whooped the shit out of Phoenix, man. They whooped the shit out of Phoenix. And it's interesting, man. I've mentioned this before. They're doing worse with Budenholzer than they are with Frank Vogel. And I'm wondering why the media is not talking about that. Frank Vogel should have never been fired. Now they got tension amongst each other. It seemed like, well, at least that's what the reports were. They got tension amongst each other. D Book is not getting along with KD. Bradley Beal, man, he's he's staying there, but I think a lot of people, the fans are upset because they could have got a hold of Jimmy Butler. So, yeah, man. I don't know what's up with Phoenix, man. Like that, Phoenix, man. Once upon a time, they were a competitive team, man, and it seemed like ever since they got their ass whooped by Minnesota, it's like it took a lot out of them. It took a lot out of KD, man. When Ant-Man did what he did last season, it just seemed like he doesn't have the same momentum KD doesn't. Now I know he got 20K, 30K points and everything, but like I said, man, I don't think KD is out there to play for championship. It's not looking like it. It's not looking like it. And now the Pacers, they beat the Pacers beat Memphis. And here's my question about Memphis, man. Is Jaren Jackson Jr. the main guy? Because I know I was talking to somebody and they were saying that Jaren Jackson Jr. is the main guy right now. Now, a lot of people are sitting there saying that they're still going to trade Ja, even though the general manager had came out and said that those were false reports. They're not trading Ja. But you got to wonder, because a lot of people are feeling like Jaren Jackson Jr. is that main guy, man. That's what a lot of people are feeling. I still feel like Ja is still the guy, but Jaren Jackson Jr., does deserve the nod for. He's making his case for All NBA because he has held it down without John. They still got Zach Edey, and the Pacers. We still can't forget about the Pacers. I know last season, man. Uh, it seemed like the Pacers were lucky that they got there and stuff, but they still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, whether we want to give them their props or not, they still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Halliburton, he had a good game yesterday. So the Pacers they're not a team, man, that I'm really gonna rule out. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I feel like the Pacers could beat a Detroit? No. And then New York barely squeezed by Chicago yesterday. They barely squeezed by Chicago yesterday. It's gonna be interesting to see if Chicago is gonna make a push too. I'm looking at some of these teams now with a couple of personnel that they're missing, like with Wemby. I want to see if the Spurs can still make a push for the playoffs. Um, I want to see if Dallas can still make a push for the playoffs, even though that they don't really they're not at full strength. I want to see if Golden State can live up to the hype, especially they got the Draymond hype now. Talk about they're going to win a championship. I want to see if how Golden State is going to respond. I want to see if Detroit can do the unthinkable. I want to see if Boston and repeat. I want to see if New York can live up to expectations that people are saying, and that leaves me with my squad. We are terrible. Speaking of Boston, we showed that we're not even a match, man. And I do want to give a shout out to RB Sixers with RB. He posed a question. Now we're 20-35. We're 15 games below 500. I don't see us catching up. Nobody on our team yesterday had 20 points. I think they're fed up with playing with one another. I think Tyrese don't want to play with Joel Embiid anymore. Okay. Of course, he's going to try to be, professional and everything. Joel Embiid, he's just going through the motions. Once again, like always. Nick Nurse, I hate to say it, man. Nick Nurse seems to have lost the locker room. Okay, and it's not his fault. And the organization is just sloppy as a whole. Right now, at this point, man, I think we should just go ahead and just shut it down. And listen, if you've listened to my channel for quite some time, I do not like tanking, man. I'm being for real. I can't stand tanking. I would rather a team fight like H-Town did last season, and fighting all the way to getting up to 41-41, going on like a little streak at the end of the season. I like stuff like that, and then just coming up short for the play-in. But I do not like tanking, man. I don't like tanking. Because to me, it's like it's giving up. Now I know that you could get a better player and everything. Everybody gonna be focused on Cooper Flag, but see, there's been reports that Cooper Flag might stay at Duke, so we can't automatically assume that Cooper Flag is gonna go out. You know what I'm saying? We got to prepare for the worst. Hold on one sec. But yeah, I don't like tanking, man. And like I was talking about last night, it's time to just go ahead and move on from Joel Embiid. We keep saying this. I sound like a broken record saying that it's time for uh, it's time for Joel Embiid to go, man. It's time for him to go. I mean, you're not even effective no more. And I'm just being honest. He's not an effective player. He doesn't impact the game. Everybody want to talk about like last night, right? Uh, LeBron putting up 40 and stuff. If we gonna give LeBron the smoke and saying that you know LeBron is putting up meaningless stats and stuff like that, and stat padding and stuff like that, Joel Embiid is doing the same thing, man. And I hate to say this, the only difference is that actually, uh, what you call LeBron is actually getting wins out of the deal. Now they might be beating up on bad teams, but see, last night we showed that we're clearly no match. Boston is still showing that they are still a force to be reckoned with. Now, do I think that Boston is going to repeat? I don't know. I'm not for certain. I'm not for certain. But they're waking up at the right time, and it is hard. It's very difficult to repeat. You see that Denver couldn't do it. We see that our Golden State couldn't get back there. Um, well, they didn't do it. This time around. They did it when around 18 and all that. But I don't think that Boston. Uh, I don't know. It's kind of tricky to say, man. Yeah, I don't think that Boston will repeat. That's just me. And I actually think that if they get into a dogfight with the Detroit Pistons, I think that the Pistons could do the unthinkable. That's just if they play them. New York, I think that Boston has New York's number, and I know it was at the beginning of the season and everything, but Boston destroyed New York, and of course they were trying to get their continuity together. I have a feeling that Tibbs is going to, live up to his reputation of running his players to the ground. So I don't know, but it's looking like I mean not Detroit. It's looking like Boston may go ahead and repeat. And the fact that they've been there before, it says a lot. Hold on one sec, y'all. But you gotta love. I like what I saw yesterday from from Austin Reeves, man. And I think I was talking to shout out to Pull Up Podcast. Shout out to BJ, man. We were talking about this yesterday. Austin Reeves, I I think he I think he had said this. He was saying that Austin Reeves should come off the bench and everything. And then of course I told him that I don't think Austin Reeves. I don't know about it because Austin Reeves he's averaging 18, 18 and 6, which is 18 points and 6 assists. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you're gonna be losing a lot of scoring if you bring Austin Reeves off the bench. But what he was trying to say is kind of like not in the sense of he needs to go to the bench like something's wrong or something like that, but kind of like uh when it comes to like Westbrook can be that spark that's off of the bench, and I think that that's what he was trying to say. And I actually, when I looked at it, I thought it was a I thought it was a good idea. My only thing is this though. I'm wondering why Dalton Connect is not getting that many minutes, man. Like that's just I think it's insane, man, that you're not letting a guy like Dalton Connect uh play as much. You know what I'm saying? And Dalton Connect has shown that he can come right in and pretty much fill a void. So, but yeah, I wanted to say that, man. I like what I've been seeing from Austin Reeves, man. Now he still got a lot he got to work on. Of course, you know he'll never be like the greatest defender or anything like that, but um, I like what I saw from Austin Reeves. I think he had like um, 21 or 23 or something like that. But um, I'm gonna give the props to the other guy. Look, man, LeBron putting up 40, man. It's meaningless, man. I mean, especially against Trailblazers, and on top of that, you did it. You stay getting turnovers. I think he had 11 turnovers, man. 11 turnovers, man. Like at this stage of your career, you should be taking care of the ball a lot better than what. But 11 turnovers against a young team, against a team that's struggling, against a team, in the Portland Trailblazers that had not in the last like what three seasons haven't even been nowhere near what the Trailblazers used to be, especially when they had Dame and when they had LaMarcus Aldridge, and then they damn sure wasn't like how they used to be. Even with the Brandon Roy days, they're not even nowhere near like how they used to be with Brandon Roy. Man, the Blazers, man, used to be a team that you would look at, man, you'd be like, man, they got a squad, they just can't win. And that's how it was with with Dame and LaMarcus Aldridge, man. I always thought that Dame and LaMarcus Aldridge were gonna do some damage and actually do the unthinkable and get to the finals once again like the Blazers were accustomed to getting to the Blazers. They stay getting into the finals way back when once upon a time, but they seem to have lost that though. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Yeah, the Blazers seem to have lost that, man. 5K, man. The 5K stimulus, as you know, a lot of people been talking about this. This is something that I kind of wanted to touch on. You know, Donald Trump, it might be giving people it's called the Dodge check, and what it is it's a $5,000 stimulus. This is my thing, and you have to wonder: are people going to mess it up? That's what we got to wonder. Are people going to mess this up? Like people messed up the PPP, the PPP loans, and I have a feeling that that's what people are going to do. They, when it comes to you know, Trump, man, he's done this before, man. He got in the office and he's giving stimuluses and stuff like that. I think that's what people were waiting on. But my question for you and my question for y'all is, what are y'all going to do with the money? Because we know that $5,000 is really not a lot of money. For some people, it might seem like $1 million and all that other stuff. But I was talking to the brother CP3 man, and I told him, if you look at if you look over time, right, $1 million really isn't a lot of money anymore. It's not. $1 million is not a lot of money anymore at all. And the reason is because of everything, that's going on. Everything is so high. You got, of course, you got, inflation, you know, cost of living is going up in a lot of places. Uh, and that's because of gentrification. A lot of places are being gentrified. Like I know over here, there are some areas that used to be, run down and everything. They're coming over here and they're fixing places like that up. But a million, even like 5 million is not a lot of money. Like some people will, they'll be like, man, nah, you capping. That's a lot of money and stuff like that. But it's really not, especially if you don't invest it right. Now you could have said that maybe about 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago. That was a lot of money. But it's not a lot of money anymore. It's not. Now, when I get it, I mean, if I get it or whatnot, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh yeah, I don't want the money or anything like that. But it's not it's not a lot of money. It's really not. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, so um, it was something else. Hold on 1 minute. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about too. And speaking of that, Amazon, I've told this to people. I think about maybe it had to be about 2 years ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago. Okay. Matter of fact, no, I would say about five. It's been about 5 years because I started talking about this when the pandemic happened. I told people, I told everybody, I said that eventually, uh, Walmart is going to lose its value. Okay, and Lord behold, according to reports, Amazon has catapulted Walmart as the top retailer right now. At least in the country. I think they're like at a 186.7 billion, while Walmart is at like 181 or some shit like that. But like I told people, it's because Amazon, man, Amazon is pretty much trying to corner everything. And that's pretty much what they did. They're buying up everything. I mean, they're it's like they're buying it and then they're taking over it. Whether it's with um, the TV networks, whether it's with sports, uh, you know, airlines, you know what I'm saying, warehouses, of course, you know what I'm saying, with the trucks, they're buying everything, and also the way that they're distributing everything, the way that the way that they're getting it to the people. Walmart actually had to catch up with Amazon. It wasn't the other way around. And a lot of people thought that I was capping. They were saying, "Oh man, you capping, man. Walmart's the cream of the crop. Walmart will never die. Walmart this, Walmart that." I'm like, Amazon. It's because people, they like stuff fast. This, like I was saying yesterday, the attention span of people, like the patience of people. People want it fast. People want it now. They want it fast. They want it now. They want it quick. They want it in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? And if they could get whatever it is faster, quick, in a hurry, they're gonna put a squeeze on the competition, and that's what Amazon is doing. That's why I feel like Amazon right now, they can't be stopped. Now, do I like a lot of stuff about Amazon? I mean, there's some things that I like, but there's some things that I don't like. Like when you order the products from Amazon, you got to be real careful on what you choose, because if you don't choose if you don't choose the proper like product or something, and sometimes, man, you look at that product online and it looks a certain size, but then when you get it, it's like, wait a minute, I did not order this. So that's the only flip side. It's kind of like, people that order from like Temu and all that. So yeah, that was something that I saw very interesting, man. Was um, the fact that Walmart is losing to Amazon right now, and I knew it was going to happen pretty soon. Walmart is losing its values, and on top of that, they laying off people left and right. That's what I was talking about the other day about the layoffs that's going on. They're laying off people left and right. They're laying off people left and right now. You know, and now you got the situation with these babies that these migrants and stuff that are being held uh, without proper attorneys and stuff like that. You got that situation going on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of, man. It's sad to see. You know what I'm saying? Because even though they're migrants and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I look at it, kids are innocent, man. They don't know what's going on and stuff. They're the future of the world. But not to get away from the point, but I knew that this was going to take place. Amazon was always going to outlast Walmart, because, like I said, Walmart started doing what you got to think about it. Amazon was the one that was doing, like the deliveries, getting the shit quick, fast, in a hurry first. Then Walmart caught on to it. Then these other stores started catching on to it. Target, all these other places. They were trying to catch up with Amazon. Even Target. Target is losing its value. And I know some people like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Target is losing its value. Amazon is the top retailer in the world right now. So, besides that, man, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. Make sure y'all like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notifications too. Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball boxing community. Until then, I'm out.